The criminalization of the Bible is here. Alright, Shalom Israel. First and foremost, as always, I would like to give all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Ha Kodash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And I wanted to do a response video to an article that was uploaded from thepeoplesvoice.com. And this will also be a response video that was done by the beloved brother Manak Zakba from South Carolina. As you see right here on the screen right here, South Dakota and Georgia criminalize key Bible teachings under the anti-SIM card laws. As you see right there. You know, and this is not in Europe. This is not in Australia. This is not in Russia. This is not in North Korea. This is not in China. This is not in Japan. This is not in Arabia. This is not in Afghanistan. This is not in Africa. This is here in America. Okay. And let me remind you that each state here in America is really its own country. That's why in particular countries, well, that's why here in particular states in America, you know, they have their own set of laws. You know, they have particular age limits from when a person is considered an adult. You know, like in Cincinnati, Ohio, you know, when a person turns 18, they are considered a adult. But here in Niagara Falls, New York, you know, if you're 17 years old, you're considered an adult. I mean, which is really going off because according to the Holy Scriptures, a male and a female becomes an adult as soon as they hit puberty, which is usually around the age of 12. Okay. You know, a female usually has her menstrual cycle when she hits the age of 12, 13. You know, when a male is able to bust off is usually around the age of 12 or 13. So, but you know, each state here in America have their own set of laws. You know, in some states here in America, weed is illegal. You know, and if you're caught with it, you can be arrested. You'd be given a ticket, such and such, you know. But in other states here in America, weed is legal. You know, some states allow you to have edibles. You know, some states don't. So, you know, in South Dakota and in Georgia, you know, particular talking points in the Bible is criminalized. You know, which, you know, they're talking about SIM card, SIM, which really goes back to Shem, who is one of Noah's sons, okay? Now, anybody who comes from the line of Shem is a Shemitic, okay? So the only way you could be anti-Shemitic or anti-Semitic is if you are a Hamite or if you are a Japhetic person, okay? So technically, only Japhites, which will be the Hawaiians, the Hawaiians, the Mauans, okay, the Mauans, okay, and the Hamites, which are the Africans, the descendants. The Africans are the descendants of Ham. Only they can be anti-Sem. Only they can be anti-Semitic because they do not come from the line of Shem, who was one of Noah's sons. Okay, because Noah had 3 sons: Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now we know that East Indians and Chinese and Japanese people, and we Israelites, which are the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indians, and the Ishmaelites, which are the Arabians. Okay, we all come from the line of Shem. So how the fuck can we be anti-Semitic? Which really goes back to Shem, when we all come from the line of Shem. Okay. The East Indians, which are the Elamites, they come from the line of Shem. How can they be anti-Semitic? But you know, if anything, the Africans have been the biggest anti-Semitic motherfuckers on the planet. Okay, because they gave us the most problems in the Old Testament. Okay, always coming up against us, making war with us. Okay, even you so-called white people, y'all come from the line of Shem. Okay, but anyways, you know, showing you that reincarnation is real. Okay, the same people that had dominion over us during the time of the Greek Empire has ruled over us now. Okay, because ultimately, what the rulers of this world want, they want everybody to forsake their religion and to come under their religion. So the Bible, which strongly and highly speak against the workers of iniquity, which condemn the rulers of this world, is being criminalized, because the rulers of this world are the rulers of darkness. And when you're a ruler of darkness, you're into evil and wickedness and iniquity. And because the Bible condemns because the Bible condemns, sin, iniquity, wicked ways of living, it's not compatible with the majority of the people's lifestyles here in America. Because the Bible speaks against what? Smoking, pedophilia, bestiality, adultery, homosexuality. The Bible speaks against eating unclean food like pork, which is swine. The Bible speaks against eating foods in the sea that do not have fins or scales. The Bible speaks against eating animals with paws and horses. The Bible speaks against eating elephants, rhinoceros. The Bible speaks against men having long hair. You'll be surprised at how many men on this planet love having long hair. Which is a very effeminate trait. And the Bible tells you that a woman is supposed to have long hair because it is a glory to her. That is her glory. What's wrong with being a man and having short hair? The Bible speaks against idol worship, dreadlocks. Which dreadlocks go back to the Sheba Jockeys, the Sheba Jockeys. Okay, which started with the East Indians. But now, you got guys wearing dreads. Whenever you wear dreads, you're really worshiping the Hindu god Shiva. And the Bible do speak about locks, but it's talking about braids. It's not talking about dreadlocks. Okay. So the Bible condemns a lot of things. You know, the Bible condemns having sex on the Sabbath. Cooking on the Sabbath, kindling fires on the Sabbath. There's particular high holy days you got to keep. So you see, because the Bible condemned these particular talking points, it it it's not compatible with the lifestyle of the wicked, which the wicked first and foremost is talking about the biblical Edomites, which are you so-called white people, starting with the so-called elites, trickling down to the rest of their nation of people, the so-called elites who call themselves Rothschilds and Rockefellers, and they're those are your Edomites, and the rest of their nation, the people are Edomites. The Bible speaks against eating blood. You know, incest. The Bible's against that. You know, and then you got the rest of the wicked, which are the 2/3 of our people, as well as the heathen. You know, so we're living in a time now where the so-called elites are moving. They're making their move on banning the Bible, because the Bible not only exposes them and their agenda, but it also exposes the wickedness which they do here on the earth, especially in secret. All their secret sins that they do in secret, the Bible reveals it. So now, that the Bible also reveals their true identity, their nationality. The Bible mentions their nationality of everybody on the planet. And the heathens hate that, because they hate the fact that we, the Israelites, which are the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indians, the Bible reveals that we are God's true chosen people. Okay? And the heathen hate the fact that we are the chosen people of the Lord. You know? But another reason why the so-called elites want to ban the Bible is because they want everybody to come up under them as God. They want to be God. They want to be worshipped. They want everybody to come under their religion, which we know the God of these so-called elites who call themselves Rothschilds and Rockefellers and all of these so-called elite families, their God is Satan. So they want everybody on the planet to basically worship Satan, to come under their religion. And we know what the so-called elites are. We know what their religion is all about. You know, pedophilia, drinking blood, and because I mean, let's face it. We see what these rap stars and movie stars, we see what they have to do in order to worship Satan, and it's nothing pretty. It's rather disgusting and horrifying. Okay. So in order for them to worship Satan, to keep their riches, their fame and popularity, they gotta wear a dress. They have to de-dignify themselves. You know, they gotta give up their butthole and take it up the butt. They have to blow rod. They have to give up their manhood. They gotta drink blood and semen. They gotta commit pedophilia. They have to sacrifice. They have to sacrifice their children. They have to sacrifice their loved ones. You know, let's just say if you have a woman, you have to give your woman over to them and let them pop your woman. Run trains on her. If you have a daughter, you know they they don't care if your daughter is 6 years old. You have to give your daughter over to being a prostitute. If you have a son, he might be 7, 8 years old. You have to give him over to being a prostitute. This is what it means to worship Satan. You have to make yourself vile, demonic. And this is what the so-called elites want. They want a world completely ruled in wickedness. And you people here in America, you're ripe for the taking. Because a lot of y'all don't have a problem with doing these things. You know, you gotta be a man and put on a dress, a skirt. You know, like you see what I mean? You gotta put on lipstick. So this is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 41, right? Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom, right, that all should be one people, New World Order. Okay, that was him attempting the New World Order back then. Okay, and the so-called elites coming New World Order, they're gonna require the same thing. When they say all should be one people, meaning one religion under one ruler. You know, so you see, this is the so-called elites trying to play God again. Which shows you these are the same rulers. You know, coming back in their lot once again. The same rulers. Coming back in their lot again. You know, it says, and everyone should leave his laws, because even the heathens have their own laws. Like over there in India, over there in Iran. They don't tolerate women being out of order. You know, they don't tolerate men being feminized. You know, they don't deal with moles over there, with homos. They don't have GMOs over there. They don't have chemtrails or tainted water over there. But here it is. You got America trying to force them to be like them. Trying to force these East Indians to be like them. Russia, same thing. They don't allow moles over there. And as a matter of fact, if you a mole over there in Russia, they lock your ass up and they beat your ass. Okay? That they have their women in order to some extent. They don't. Uh, Over in some of these Arabian countries, they don't allow their women to wear pants. So you see, some of these countries, all these countries have their own laws. Okay, so that's what they want. They want everyone, especially the Israelites, which are the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indians, that they want us to leave our laws and customs and statutes, which the Lord has given to us, rightfully given to us. And they basically want us to keep their laws, which their laws are satanic. Esau don't even keep his own laws. Here it is. You got policemen. They don't even they here it is. They'll give people tickets for running red lights, right? But then they won't even be on call or nothing, and they'll literally run the red light. That they'll turn on their lights, the red and blue lights, and then they'll literally just drive right on by, drive on right on past a red light. But anyways, it says that everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. You see that? Okay. Yea, many also of the Israelites, which this was the 2/3 back then, right, consented to his religion. And the new world and the new world order is going to be a new religion. That everybody's going to have to come up under, which I told you about before. That damn Satan worshiping spirit, you know, and sacrifice unto idols and profaned the Sabbaths. You see that? And this is what the so-called elites want. They love seeing Israelites living outside of their customs, living outside of the law, statutes, and commandments. But they hate seeing Israelites keeping the customs and the laws of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. They hate seeing that, It infuriates them. you know, because you see, they know once the Israelites become one with their power again, there's nothing Esau can do against us. Okay? You know, like it tells you in the book of Romans, if the Lord be for you, who can be against you? You know, and the heathens, they hate seeing us, you know, worshiping Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. They hate seeing it, you know? And there's plenty of accounts of heathens, you know, when Israel would build up the temple, they would get infuriated. You know, and if you notice, a lot of the times when heathens would attack Jerusalem back in the ancient world, right? One of the main things they would do when they took us captive was they would destroy the temple because the temple was our way to the Father. Okay, the temple was our way to the Father. That's how the Father dealt with us, which is why you know when we skip down here to well, I'm gonna just read verse 44, right? For the king has sent letters by messengers to Jerusalem and unto the cities of Judah that they should follow the strange laws of the land. You see that? And forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple. Why? Because that was our connection to the Father, you know. And they should profane the Sabbaths and festival days. Okay, and pollute the sanctuary and holy people. Set up altars and groves and chapels of idols and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts. And all this was done in the temple. And you see, we had a temple back in the ancient world, which is no more. But now that the new temple, as you will find out, is the Israelite man. Okay, the Israelite man is now the temple of the Lord. And guess what? Esau wants to defile that temple. Okay, he wants he wants to put an idol inside of you and make you a perpetual slave, which that idol is going to come in the form of a digital awl, which will have to be inserted into your right hand or your forehead, known as the RFID CHIP, which is the mark of the beast. Okay, 1 Corinthians 3 verse 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of Yahweh, and that the spirit of Yahweh dwelleth in you? Okay, and this became possible due to Yahweh's sacrifice on the cross. You know, thanks to Yahweh's sacrifice on the cross and enduring 3 hours of excruciating pain, we have been reconciled back to the Father. So now the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai dwelleth in us, in the Israelite man. Okay? So if any man defile the temple, and if you get that charagma, that incision, that RFID CHIP inside of your body, you have defiled your temple. You know? Oh, and what did it say? It said that they sacrifice swine's flesh in the temple, right? Well, guess what? When you eat pork, that's the same as sacrificing swine's flesh in the temple, because your body is the temple, right? So, and that's another thing too. Under Esau's New World Order laws, you will have to eat his food. And so you better best believe he's going to be feeding people pork, GMO foods, which is why in Second Esdras the 16th chapter, right? In Second Esdras the 16th chapter, it says what? And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision. Because there's going to be a lot of Israelites that's going to consent unto these devils, right? And they're going to be in derision, especially when they come back. When the Israelites come, when the 2/3 of our people come back in the reincarnation through the loins of the elect in the kingdom of heaven, they gonna come back with their head down, ashamed. Okay. So if any man defile the temple, him shall Yahweh destroy. So hey, if you take that CHIP, the Lord is going to destroy you. You're gonna be destroyed in thermal nuclear destruction. Because we're already in the midst of World War III. You know, and we know that World War III is going to escalate into a nuclear war. And we're in that time, you know. They're talking about getting the AI inserted into your body and all this other nonsense. Okay, so we're in that time, you know. So if any man defile the temple, him shall Yahweh destroy, for the temple of Yahweh is holy, which temple ye are. Okay. Then it goes on to say, you know, let no man deceive himself. You know, if any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool that he may be wise. Excuse me. So you see, this is the type of world that we're getting ready to enter into. You know. So it's clear right here that when Antiochus made a commandment for everyone to leave his laws, it was basically illegal for Israelites to keep their customs. You know, and a matter of fact, when women were caught circumcising their children, I don't know if it's in this chapter or not. You know, basically those women were put to death and those children were hung. Okay, as you see right here in First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 54. Okay, it says, now the 15th day of the month, Casleo, if I'm saying that correctly, in the 145th year, they set up the abomination of desolation upon the altar and builded idol altars throughout the cities of Judah on every side, and burnt incense at the doors of their houses and in the streets. And when they had rent in pieces the books of the law which they found, they burned them with fire. Okay? And whosoever was found with the book of the testament, or any committed to the law, the king's commandment was that they should put him to death. You see that? So that's what we're getting ready to come into, you know. And the matter of fact, you know, like it tells you in the book of Revelation, that anybody who will not worship the beast in his image or receive his mark should be put to death. Let's get that real quick, okay? Okay, and the image of the beast is the new world order that Esau is getting ready to establish through order out of chaos. As you see on the back of your dollar bill, order ab chaos. So let me see if I can find it real quick. Okay. Revelation 13 verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. I mean, you got AI that can talk now, you know, being so-called self-conscious. You see that? But anyways, let's read it again. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So a part of worshiping the image of the beast is what? You got to take his charagma. You got to take the charagma, the RFID CHIP. But guess what? If you take the RFID CHIP, you're going to be destroyed when Yahweh Shai returns. Okay, you're going to get it. You're going to get evaporated by intense laser beams coming from those chariots, what the world calls UFOs. Okay, and if that don't kill you, the nuclear destruction. Okay, the when Russia and China and North Korea and all of these other countries shoot their nuclear missiles on America, you're going to be in the midst of it when it happens. So it's not going to, you know, it's not going to be a good time for you. It's going to be an excruciating, painful time. Just like how the Lord allowed that one dude that was in that Tesla to feel that fire. Okay? Well, the Lord is going to keep your spirit in your body, and it's going to allow you to feel that intense heat. Okay? So that these are the times we're coming into, okay? So to worship the image of the beast is all it also means to leave out from your customs and your laws. And there's going to be a lot of Israelites that's going to consent unto that idea, and they're going to end up being destroyed for it. You know, because to leave out from the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord is to commit sin. For sin is transgression of the law. And we know that Edomites are not about keeping the law, statutes, or commandments of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay? So you see, we're getting ready to enter into a lawless society. Because that's what Esau wants a lawless society. A lawless society in the sense of a society where nobody is keeping the law, statutes, or commandments of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay, but we know the elect is never gonna leave off from the customs which the Lord has given them. Okay, okay. So verse 58 says what? Thus did they by their authority unto the Israelites every month, to as many as were found in the cities. Now in the now now the 25th day of the month, they did sacrifice upon the idol altar, which was upon the altar of Yahweh. Okay, at which time, according to the commandment, they put to death certain women that had caused their children to be circumcised, because that's in the law. Okay, when you give birth to a man child, right? You're supposed to circumcise them the 8th day. Okay, you see? And they hanged the infants about their necks and rifled their houses and slew them that had circumcised them. You see that? So those are the times we're coming into. Anybody who's caught reading out of the Bible or keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, you're going to be persecuted for it. Okay. Uh, uh, just real quick, let's do this. Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. Why? For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. You see, Esau, who is the devil, and the wicked, the Edomites, right? They know they have but a short time to rule. So what they're doing is that they're basically, they're coming down with great wrath. This is all a part of their great wrath. Criminalizing the Bible, criminalizing particular talking points. Okay, defending the small hatters over there. Okay, so these devils know they have but a short time, so they're gonna come down with great wrath. But wait a minute, when Ronald Reagan was president over the U.S., didn't he not declare the Bible as the rock of the land of America? Okay, which goes to show you Edomites, yeah, y'all was never really about the Bible to begin with. Okay, y'all just a bunch of hypocrites. You know. But you see, all this is happening because the devil's getting ready to come down with great wrath. Let's go to Amos real quick. Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, save the Lord, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh. You see? So there's going to be a shortage of hearing the words of Yahweh. Which is why, when we go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 55, verse 6, what does it say here? Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. While he may be found. And where can the Lord be found at? He can be found through the men whom he have set up and ordained to prophesy and teach out of the Holy Scriptures. That's where he can be found at. Okay? You're not going to find him in no goddamn the book of Gilgamesh or the book of the dead or the Dead Sea Scrolls. No, the Lord can be found through the men whom he have set up to teach out of the Holy Scriptures. Okay, that's where he can be found at. Studying, taking notes. Okay, call ye upon him while he is near. Okay, and how do you call upon the Lord? Well, you got to call upon his name. Verse 7, let's read verse 7. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. Let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him. The wicked is talking about the wicked amongst our people. Okay, because only the Israelites can repent. and seek the Lord, okay? So let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. Let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our God, for he will abundantly pardon. Okay? So let's read verse 12 of the book of Amos. Okay, it says, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. Okay? So, you know, while Jake is busy out there playing around, doing a bunch of folly and uploading it to YouTube, and they're gonna end up getting caught up out there with their pants down. Okay? So hey, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. And a matter of fact, tells you something much similar to that in Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. Okay? Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not. Yeah, because evil times are approaching. We got a solar eclipse coming up that's gonna make it form an axe around this country. The National Guard and the elite nuclear radiation squad is gonna be deployed. Schools are gonna be closed down. You see? Nor the years draw nigh when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Okay? You see that? So, how do you remember your creator in the days of thy youth? You do it by seeking the Lord while he may be found, because evil days are approaching. So yeah, I just wanted to do a quick response to this. I pray that you brothers and few sisters have been edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. With that, I'm going to say Shalom. So on to the next one.